Have you ever felt trapped in an endless cycle of work, bills, and frustration? As if no matter how hard you try, financial abundance is always out of reach. Alex, our protagonist, experienced exactly that. A talented but underestimated architect, he spent restless nights questioning why his life seemed stagnant while others thrived, until in a moment of desperation, he comes across an old, dusty book, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill. The phrase, "what the mind can conceive and believe," it can achieve echoes in Alex's mind like a beacon of hope. He decides to dive into the concepts presented, embarking on a journey to transform his life through creative visualization. But this is not a story of magical solutions. It is a realistic journey, full of challenges, fears, and new beginnings. Alex soon discovers that the greatest obstacle to his prosperity is not in the outside world, but within his own mind. Over time, he understands that true wealth is not just about money. It is a balance between mind, body, and spirit, a harmony that begins with a single step, changing the way we think. Inspired by the works of Napoleon Hill, Rhonda Byrne, and other giants of self-transformation, Alex discovers that to change reality, one must first change oneself. What if I told you that you too can change your life just like Alex? That there is a proven method, used by some of the brightest minds in the world, to manifest wealth and abundance. In this video, you will follow Alex's story and discover the practical steps he used to turn dreams into millions. Before continuing, subscribe to the channel Vibrating Prosperity. Here you will learn to transform your life and attract abundance with powerful tips. Like this video and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any content. Now, get ready to discover the secret that can change everything. Alex was still skeptical about the idea that thoughts could shape his reality. Sitting at the dining table, he looked at Napoleon Hill's book as if it were a puzzle waiting to be solved. The words, "what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve," echoed in his head, but he didn't know how to apply them. After all, how could a simple change in thinking alter his empty bank account? Curiosity got the better of him. Alex began to explore the principles of the book and came across the concept of the law of attraction, which posits that you attract what you consistently think about. It was like discovering a parallel universe where reality was shaped by the mind. For him, who was used to thinking in terms of calculations and architectural drawings, this idea seemed absurd. However, he had nothing to lose. Alex made a list of his dreams: buying a house, creating an innovative architectural project, and above all, feeling financially secure. But for the first time, he went beyond just listing. Inspired by the examples in the book, he began to visualize these dreams as if they had already happened. He imagined himself walking through his new house, receiving praise for his project and enjoying financial freedom. However, a thought interrupted him. What if this is just an illusion? What if I'm wasting time believing in something that will never come true? He didn't know it, but he was facing his first barrier: skepticism. And you? Have you ever found yourself doubting your own abilities before even trying something new? Alex was about to discover that change doesn't happen without resistance. Alex realized that simply visualizing his dreams wasn't enough to calm the restlessness he felt. It was as if his mind was divided between the excitement of what could be and the fear of failure. He remembered a quote from the book that said, "Setting clear goals is the first step to turning the invisible into the visible." Determined to take a more concrete step, Alex bought a vision board and began filling it with images that represented his goals. He printed photos of houses that inspired him, drawings of innovative architectural projects, and charts representing a growing bank account. Each image was carefully chosen, representing not only what he wanted to achieve, but how he wanted to feel upon achieving it. But soon doubts arose. Am I doing this right? What if I'm wasting time on these things instead of focusing on my work? It was as if every step toward clarity was accompanied by an echo of uncertainty. Inspired by the teachings of William Walker Atkinson, Alex decided to create a morning routine that included meditation and positive affirmations. He repeated to himself, I am a successful architect. I create opportunities for my prosperity. I deserve abundance. At first, it seemed like just a mechanical exercise, but over time, he began to notice something different. His daily thoughts were changing. He started to feel more confident in his abilities, more motivated to work on his personal projects, even without an immediate guarantee of success. The clarity he felt while looking at the vision board was a spark of hope, a reminder that for the first time, he was building something for himself. But are hope and motivation enough to overcome the challenges of real life? Alex was about to discover that the path to abundance is full of emotional and external pitfalls. Alex was excited about his new routine and the first signs of change in his mindset. However, as if the universe was testing his determination, he faced a major setback. A promotion opportunity at work was given to another colleague. The rejection brought to the surface his deepest fears and, with them, a whirlwind of negative thoughts. Maybe I'm not good enough. What if all this visualization is just a big waste of time? These moments of doubt were like shadows threatening to extinguish the glow of his newfound motivation. Alex remembered something he had read in Rhonda Byrne's book, "You Attract What You Think, Feel, and Believe to Be True." It was a call to adjust his emotional energy, even in the face of disappointment. He decided not to give up. Alex sought answers from other authors like Joseph Murphy, who stated that the subconscious accepts as true what you repeatedly feed it. Inspired, he began to study ways to reframe his limiting beliefs. He discovered that rejection at work was not an end, but a sign that he needed to focus on his own projects instead of relying on external validation. It was at this moment that he realized the value of failure as part of the process. Every obstacle was an opportunity to grow. Alex began to use rejection as fuel for his visualization. He imagined himself being recognized for his ideas, not because someone gave him permission, but because he believed in himself. He also created a new habit. Every night before bed, he visualized his dreams as if they were already reality. He didn't just see them, he felt them. The excitement of being at the top of his career, the joy of seeing his projects come to life, and the gratitude for every small progress became part of his routine. But would the power of the mind and emotional resilience be enough to face external challenges? Alex was about to put his new beliefs to the test in ways he could never have imagined. Alex began to notice that as long as his focus remained on his goals, small signs of progress emerged. He received unexpected invitations to architecture events, met influential people in casual situations, and noticed an increase in confidence when presenting his ideas. It was as if the universe was responding to his intentions, but in a subtle and gradual way. Still, there were days when the results seemed distant, and mental fatigue made him question the path again. It was during one of these phases that he read a quote from Earl Nightingale: "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal." This idea, simple but powerful, helped Alex realize that the journey was as important as the destination. He decided to reinforce his visualization practice. Inspired by the teachings of Catherine Ponder, he began to practice active gratitude. Every day he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for, even if they were small: an encouraging call, progress on a project, or even the energy to keep going. This exercise, though simple, helped redirect his mind to what was working instead of what was lacking. Additionally, Alex dedicated an hour every night to work on a personal architecture project that had long been just on paper. He imagined the project completed, his clients satisfied, and the positive impact it could have on the industry. It was as if, by immersing himself in that work, he was building not just something physical, but also his new identity as an innovative architect. The constant practice began to change his perception of time and challenges. He learned to appreciate each step, recognizing that persistence was what separated dreamers from those who actually achieve something. But even with the internal transformation underway, Alex knew he would still face a major test. After months dedicated to his internal transformation and personal projects, Alex found himself facing an opportunity that could change his life. A group of investors was looking for innovative ideas for sustainable projects, and he believed his work was exactly what they were seeking. However, there was a problem. He would need to present his project publicly, competing with other experienced architects. The fear of failure returned with force. The idea of exposing himself, of being criticized or rejected on a larger stage made his heart race. What if they don't like it? What if I make a mistake? These questions echoed in his mind, almost paralyzing him. But then he remembered something. He had read in The Secret. Faith in oneself is the first step to any great achievement. Determined to face his fears, Alex intensified his visualization practice. Every night he imagined himself on stage, presenting his project with confidence. He saw the investors reacting positively, recognizing the value of his idea. More than that, he felt the relief and joy of knowing he was giving his best regardless of the outcome. On the day of the presentation, Alex arrived at the event feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. While waiting for his turn, he closed his eyes and took a deep breath, connecting with the emotions he had been visualizing. When he finally took the stage, something magical happened. His voice was firm, his ideas flowed clearly, and he was able to convey his passion for his work authentically. The investors were impressed. They asked questions, praised his vision, and in the end, said they were interested in funding his project. Alex felt a wave of gratitude and relief. He realized that the moment of success was not just the result of technical work, but of all the mental and emotional preparation he had done up to that point. But what happens after achieving a victory? Alex would soon discover that the real challenge is not just achieving success, but maintaining and expanding it. The next chapter will show how he handled the new responsibilities that came with realizing his dreams. With funding secured, Alex finally had the chance to turn his architectural project into reality. He assembled a talented team and began working. Each stage, from the initial drawings to construction, was a confirmation that the internal journey he had undertaken was as important as the external achievements. But the path was not free of challenges. The investors' expectations were high, and tight deadlines tested his leadership and focus. At times, he felt the weight of responsibility like a cloud hanging over his head. It was then that Alex remembered something he had learned along his journey: the power of the present moment. Inspired by the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, he began to apply the practice of living in the now to his routine. When problems arose, Alex would stop, breathe, and ask himself, "What can I do now to improve the situation?" This approach helped him stay calm and make clearer decisions without being consumed by anxiety about what was yet to come. Over time, the project began to take shape, and the results surprised even the investors. The building was not only functional and sustainable, but also innovative in its aesthetics, something that reflected Alex's unique vision. He became a reference in the field, receiving invitations for lectures and new projects. Alex realized that the full wealth he had sought went beyond money or professional recognition. It was in the connection with his purpose, the ability to overcome challenges, and the gratitude for the lessons learned along the way. But what Alex learned throughout this journey can change the way you see your own life. Alex sat on the terrace of the building he had designed, watching the sunset reflect off his completed work. He thought about the journey that had brought him there, the challenges, the moments of doubt, the small steps that seemed insignificant at the time but together created something extraordinary. He realized that the true secret of creative visualization was not just in imagining a better reality, but in aligning his thoughts, emotions, and actions with that goal. Persistence, gratitude, and faith in oneself were the pillars that supported his transformation. Alex knew that more important than achieving success was the person he had become in the process. Alex remembered one of the inspiring stories from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The story of Edwin C. Barnes, who started as a simple employee but dreamed of being Thomas Edison's partner. Barnes visualized his goal with such fervor that years later, he achieved exactly what he had imagined. For Alex, this proved that with unwavering faith and consistent action, any dream can be realized. This journey was not just about achieving financial wealth, but also about finding purpose, balance, and the fulfillment of living in alignment with one's values. Alex did not keep what he learned to himself. He decided to share his story with others, showing that anyone can transform their life when they learn to use the power of the mind and heart. And you? What is stopping you from visualizing the life you deserve and changing your reality? Just like Alex and like Edwin C. Barnes in Napoleon Hill's story, you too can take the first step today. The journey to an abundant life begins with a decision. If you enjoyed this story and want to know more, we have a special gift in the video description or pinned comment. Subscribe to the channel Vibrating Prosperity, like this video, and share it with someone who needs hope and a kind word. We are together in this rewarding journey of transformation, peace, and light to all.